3.
Please make some noise for
David Wright. David Wright.
David.
A very good afternoon and welcome to The Right Way with me, David Wright, here on Almería Radio, a 107.5 FM. And a big thank you to John Alex there for keeping us entertained this afternoon. Thank you, John. Have a great weekend. It's going to be a nice weekend out there. The weather's looking great. Been out on the motorbike already today, where you have to, don't you? The weather's like this. It's fantastic out there. So it's Friday the 13th, but don't worry, here in Spain, it doesn't mean anything. It has to be on a Tuesday to be unlucky in Spain. So if you're living in Spain, it's all right. It's Friday the 13th. Doesn't make any difference at all. It's a Tuesday here in Spain, and they say don't travel on a Tuesday the 13th here in Spain. That's unlucky. So there you go. Lots of tips and advice on living and working in Spain coming on the show today, and some news on in and around the Almería area that might be of interest to you. Also some great music kicking us off with this one.
You're listening to The Right Way with David Wright in the afternoon on Almería Radio 107.5 FM. The comment section is open, so come say hi to David right now.
A very good afternoon to John Alex, join us in the comment section, and to Carol. Hi Carol, how are you? And to JB, join us in the comment section. Good afternoon. Well, what about David Bisbal tickets then? They're on sale now at the moment. Is David Bisbal, Almería homegrown boy, born and bred here in Almería. He is live in Almería this August. I think the tickets are 90 odd euros. It's a bit steep, isn't it? What do you think? 90 euros. Would you go and see David Bisbal in concert in Almería for 90 euros? And what was the last concert that you went to see, and how much did you pay for your tickets? Let us know in the comment section. Ava Maria there, and David Bisbal, homegrown boy there, Almería, born and bred, and his tickets are on sale now starting in August. I think it is the concert here in August. I think it's around the 20th of August in Almería City, on sale at 90 euros a ticket. Do you think that's a bit expensive? I think it's quite a lot of money, isn't it? But there you go. Would you be going to see David Bisbal in Almería this August? So Almería Airport have announced that they're making some big improvements on the airport over the next couple of years. 48 million euros being invested in Almería Airport. I can't say it even. Almería Airport. Some new flights coming in as well. Stansted, Manchester, Gatwick, Liverpool, Bristol and Luton. There's some new routes opening up in June from EasyJet. They're going up to Luton as well. So lots of things going on in and around the Almería area. So that's good news for Almería Airport. I don't think they're actually extending the airport there. They're just doing a lot of infrastructure work. There is some work on the runway as well, but I don't think they're actually making it bigger or putting another runway in. I don't think they've got room for that there. But so it's all good news for Almería with more flights coming in. Already I've seen in and around the area property prices are going up a lot. I was talking to somebody today here in Almería. They bought a few years ago, and their property is almost doubled in Almería City. So yeah, things are looking good for Almería at the moment. And be talking a little bit about some work and employment here in Almería. That's all coming up on the show a bit later on today. Can't beat a bit of Barry White on a Friday.
David Wright. Help and advice for living and working in Spain. You're listening to The Right Way. The Right Way with David Wright.
Yeah, so the Walk for Life event again this year. It's always a great event, always a good turnout for that one. And I shall be there along with the other presenters from Almería Radio and Almería Gold. I'll be doing the 6 kilometre, whatever it is, 6k, 6 mile walk around the town there. And it's very, very nice to see a lot of the listeners. So come along and join us out. And last year they had a great margarita stand at the end. I don't know if many people found that one, but I did, that's for sure. And had some mezcal as well. I don't know if you ever tried that, but very, very strong. So yeah, I might have a couple of margaritas. That'd get me in the mood for the walk, wouldn't it? So are you going to the Walk for Life this year? Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so let's turn it up a little bit now.
David Wright. Help and advice for living and working in Spain. You're listening to The Right Way. The Right Way with David Wright.
A very good afternoon to Sylvia. Join us in the comment section. Hope you're well, Sylvia, and to Maria as well. Yeah, Maria, lots of colds and flu at the moment, and it's been awful weather. 23 years I've been in Spain now, and since Christmas really until now, we had about 3 or 4 days of sunshine. It's been awful, absolutely awful. And last February 28th was my birthday, and that's the first time in 23 years I haven't been able to sit outside all in the afternoon for enjoy my birthday. It was quite cold and chilly in the afternoon, a bit overcast, and just really not nice at all. But now that's all changed. Thankfully, it's getting warmer out there. It's still not as hot as it should be, really, but forecast 20 degrees this weekend, so that should be good. And I was in Almería city today, coming along the seafront there. There's quite a lot of people on the beach today, stripped off as well, you know, so it's sunbathing weather at the moment, but still a little bit early for me. So when do you go in the sea? I must admit, when I first moved here, about April, I went in the sea, and everyone was looking at me like I was mad. But now I don't go in the sea until about June at the earliest. But there you go. I suppose you get used to it. A very good afternoon to Rob and Donna from Alicante joining us. What's the weather like up in Alicante, Rob? Let us know in the comment section. Okay, so Alex played some of this dark country music earlier on. I started playing it a few weeks ago on my show. I love this. It's real biker music if you're into motorbikes, but it's just quite nice cruising music as well. See what you think. You're listening to The Right Way with me, David Wright, here on Almería Radio 107.5 FM. And as always on a Friday, we've got our expert in, Josh Williams, financial advisor and expert. Hi, Josh. Can you hear me all right?
Hi, David. Yes, hear you well. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. Still coughing a little bit, but there you go. I've had it for 2 weeks now, but that's another story. Josh, so with what's going on with in Iran and that, you know, this could upset some people's investments, or could it? Tell us a little bit about it, Josh.
Yeah, so a lot of people would have seen the headlines, you know, what's making headlines over in the Middle East with the conflict with Iran. But what's important to understand is whenever events like this happen, you know, although financial markets do react with initial volatility, with energy prices and oil prices going up, you know, has a negative effect on the general marketplace. It shouldn't influence individuals that are investing or thinking about investing, because investing is not a short-term money maker. It's, you know, you're looking long-term planning. That's what we look for in our clients. And yes, there are opportunities in moments like this to make, you know, even further capital increase in value, but over the longer term, it doesn't play too much of a part. So yeah, that's, you know, the situation over there.
So nothing to worry about then, Josh, really?
No, you know, like we've seen these events happen many times before. You know, people will remember the crisis in 2008, and then before that, the dot-com bubble, you know, and going back even further. You know, there's been events every so often that markets do, you know, correct themselves, reducing value slightly, but they come back and bounce back even further. So it's, you know, time in the markets rather than trying to time the markets.
Sure. And as always, Josh, if anyone wants to, I always say, you know, it's worth getting a hold of a financial advisor and having a chat with them. You know, sometimes people are a bit worried about that, but, you know, with a lot of British people, they've got some savings in the bank. You know, they sold their property or whatever, and it's sitting there and it's not earning any money. It's not getting any interest. The banks here give awful interest rates, and so there are some different ways that you can invest your money and make your money work harder for you here in Spain, isn't there?
Exactly right. Yes, as a Spanish tax resident, there are opportunities that a lot of people are simply unaware of. Some household names that provide tax efficient investment options for residents here in Spain, and are built for typically British nationals living in Spain, but are also adaptable should anyone holding these policies return back to the UK, and are actually quite beneficial for moving back. And these policies allow diversification and money to be protected as well as accessible and beneficial living in Spain.
Sure, and always good idea to have a chat. And Josh gives a free consultation to any of my listeners, and I'll leave Josh's details in the comment section right after this. So thanks so much for joining us, Josh, and have a great weekend. It's looking nice weather at the weekend. I think probably down where you are as well in Malaga, even better.
Indeed, it's been lovely the last couple of days. This is my favourite time of year. So sunny, not much wind. You know, just under 20 degrees. couldn't ask for much more.
Nice one.
It won't be long till it warms up even more.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot for your help, Josh, and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Yes,
cheers.
Likewise. Take care. Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye. Shania Twain now and Giddy Up, and as Josh said, Josh Williams there said, free consultation to any of the listeners. It's good if you're going to get some professional experts just to give you a going over of your finances here. And Josh Williams, he's the financial expert, known him for years here in Spain, and Josh is in the comment section now. His details, go and check it out, and if you mention you've come from Almería Radio, he will give you a free. Later on the show I'm going to be talking about working in Spain. I'm going to give you some tips and advice about working in Spain if you're thinking about looking for a job in Spain, or as a lot of people are saying, there is no work in Spain. It's so hard to get a work in Spain. Brexit's killed it in Spain. But if you've got any action in you at all, I can give you some tips and advice, and I'll give you some links to some job sites where you can get some work in Spain. That's all coming up after this.
I'm Nicky Spoons. Come and join me for my new show, The Boiler Room, every Friday night, 10 till 12. I'll be laying down the latest in tech house, techno, drum and bass, all live on Almería 107.5 FM.
You're listening to The Right Way with me, David Wright. Now, I've done a few posts in the last couple of weeks about employment in Spain and work in Spain, and I've got a lot of negative reaction from people, mostly in Facebook groups. Oh, there's no work in Spain, and you can't find work in Spain, and Brexit's killed it, you can't get a job here in Spain, things like that. Well, there's 22.5 million people employed in Spain. The job market is booming at the moment here in Spain. Over 1 million job contracts were signed in February alone. 1 million contracts, and many of them being permanent contracts. Now in Spain, that's really hard to get a permanent contract here in Spain, so that's a good news. The job market has improved overall here, with growth notably in the tourism and the hotel trade, and also in the building trade. Now building around in and around the Almería area, I've been out and around a lot on the motorbike last couple of weeks, and it is booming. There's lots of things going up everywhere. There's loads of construction going on. The main problem that British people find it difficult to get work here in Spain is two main reasons. Number one, they don't speak much Spanish. That is obviously going to be the factor. Any country that you live in, you're going to struggle to find work if you can't understand the language. But having said that, you don't need to speak Spanish to find work here in Spain. There are many different options open to people, and lots of British people are working here, and they don't speak very good Spanish. But that is a real reason why most people find it hard to get work here in Spain. And the other one is having the right skills here in Spain. Now, you know, the skills and the things that you do in the UK might not work so well over here, and also if you're a lower skilled person, then you're going to be struggling to find work here as you would in the UK, and you'll be competing with the Spanish people, and the Spanish people is always going to be getting preference to that job over a foreigner, so to speak. So, you know, if you haven't got the right skills, then go out and get them. As I said on my show last week, there are loads of training schemes here in Spain. The government have got lots of training systems out. You go to the local town hall, the council offices, or a job employment office, and you can join on these courses. Even British people can sign up for these courses. Most of them are free, and they can retrain you, including on-site training on job sites, so you can get out and get some real work experience. That alone is worth doing, because it will get you out, meet new people, and possibly open up new doors. So over on my website, on this post I did a little while ago, you can read all about it. You can see where the job sites that the Spanish go to, so that might be a key for you. You can have a look at that. You can see it's in English and Spanish, and just search these job schemes, see what's available, see what jobs are out there and what's going. And if you haven't got the right skills, then retrain. It's never too late to retrain to get work here in Spain. But don't blame other people. Don't blame the climate. Don't blame Brexit or anything like that. There is work here. There is hundreds of British people working here in Spain, and if they can do it, then so can you. So go and check it out. Go and have a look at this blog post, see all the links and see the information over there, and that's on David Wright on
David Wright. Help and advice for living and working in Spain. You're listening to The Right Way. The Right Way with David Wright.
Join me, Simon Marshall, here on Almería Radio with 2 hours of the very best old school, throwbacks, and new dance music.
Weekend anthems. Weekend anthems.
So let's celebrate the weekend live every Friday night from 8 p.m.
You're listening to David Wright on Almería Radio 107.5 FM, The Right Way. So over on my website, I've got some guides for you. These are 10 PDF files on different subjects when living and working in Spain. This is things from insurance in Spain, buying property in Spain, doing a will, visas, you name it, it's all there. All the information that you will need when you first move to Spain. There's checklists there, there's costs of living, everything. And these are completely free PDF files that you can download. All you need to do is go over to my website, davidwrightonline.com, and download them now. That's it for another show. Thanks very much, everybody, for listening. Thanks for commenting. I do appreciate your comments. Don't forget to check out my information pages over on davidwrightonline.com. Up next, it's a 5 o'clock hit mix. Have a great weekend.